definitely did not get enough chance to wear this year, and yet I still somehow got a lipstick stain on it. Hello guys, and welcome back to my little space on the internet. In today's video I'm going to be chatting to you guys about my experience at Miss Earth International 2020, which was the first ever international virtual pageant. So obviously the first part of the pageant was getting selected for my national pageant to represent the UK. So this year I was not Miss Earth England like it was last year, it was Miss Earth UK. So I represented Scotland, England and Northern Ireland and Wales all in one, rather than England and Northern Ireland being separate, which I think they had been previous years and last year, but this year we were just UK. Miss Earth UK 2020 was actually a virtual pageant, so I was lucky and I was sitting there thinking, yes, this is great. I have some experience and I feel ready to take on another virtual pageant. Boy, was I wrong. Miss Earth UK was a very, very simple format for a virtual pageant, which was brilliant and really easy and great fun, but very, very different to Miss Earth International. Also, quick side note, I'm sat on my bed today because I broke my stool that I sit on when I film videos. So that's why I'm sat here, in case anyone is wondering. I broke my stool. The leg fell off. I actually got crowned as Miss Earth UK 2 weeks into the international competition. At that point they were doing the Getting to Know You Earth Talks, which was a way for both the judges and the fans and everyone really to get to know the international delegates, which I thought was an incredible way to sort of start it all off. But obviously being 2 weeks into the competition, it was a bit of a rush to try and get everything ready. That being said, I was aware of that when I was competing in Miss Earth UK, so I was beginning to prep things on the best case scenario that I was going to international, so that it didn't arrive to the international event and nothing was ready. So I had some things in motion, some ideas of costumes, gowns, etc. that I wanted, and I basically just made sure that I was getting myself as prepped as I could, because I knew that it was going to be a struggle for whichever girl was going to win, and if it wasn't me then I had some resources that I could give to another queen to try and help make sure they succeeded as well. Like I said, the first couple of appearances that we made as our national titles were sort of online, Zoom call, getting to know you style things. We had our Earth Talks, we had the Getting to Know You where all 84 delegates were in the same video call, which was a little hectic but incredible, and they were just a way for everyone to meet us and get to know us, and I thought it was such an incredible way to introduce the first ever virtual pageant, because obviously one of the advantages of a virtual pageant is that people across the world were able to meet and interact with the queens in a way that you never normally would if you were in the country. Obviously one of the downsides is that I've not even met my sister queens yet. I'm really hopeful that when lockdown begins to lift I can maybe fly out and meet some of them. I do have some plans in the ready for when lockdown lifts, but that is probably the biggest downside to a virtual pageant, is the fact that I never got to meet my sisters, and this year's delegates, I mean, they were an incredible bunch of ladies and it would have been so lovely to spend 4 weeks in the Philippines with them. But, you know, I'm still glad we were able to go ahead with this pageant even in the midst of a global pandemic. So most of the preliminary rounds were pre-recorded, so beauty of face, figure and poise, my evening gown preliminary, my beachwear preliminary, all these were pre-recorded and then judged live. So what you saw as and when it happened was judged live, but we pre-recorded and sent these videos in. This was great because obviously it meant that you could do several takes and you could really like angle things, but my issue is that it was just me and a tripod. I had no help due to the level and the state of the British lockdown. I wasn't able to get anyone else involved or on board. So my videos were very, very simple. And to add to that, I took the directions a little bit too literally. I didn't understand the amount of creative license that was available, and that's mainly because I'd never, you know, this was my second national pageant, my first ever international pageant. my third pageant ever, I really didn't know how I could take things, what I could do with things, and with it being just me, I wasn't able to explore that creative side as well as looking back on it I wish I had done. And that, you know, that's a real shame, but it's a learning experience and something that I will take for my next journey and take to my next pageant, and make sure that next time if they ask for videos or anything, I'm really on it to make sure I'm as creative as possible within the boundaries of what they ask. Intelligence and environmental awareness was basically our interview section, our interviews with the judges, and we were able to share that with you guys, which was so much fun, and I'm so glad we were able to do that, because it meant that you guys really got to see what we're about, got to see who we are and how we were intending to use our platform and our voice. Now, I'm not going to go into tons and tons of detail of every single segment, because that would take all day and you guys would end up with like a 3-hour-long video. So I'm just going to keep it very brief when talking about each subject. If you would like more information, drop your questions in the comments below and I'll endeavour to get back to you guys as quickly as possible and answer any questions you guys may have that I don't cover in today's video. Side note, if you guys are enjoying this video so far, please give this video a big thumbs up, and if you are enjoying the content that you're seeing on this channel, don't forget to click the subscribe button and to hit that notifications bell so you know when all my new videos are coming out. Okay, back to my experience at Miss Earth International. Whilst all these preliminary events were going on, we were then given the instructions for the top 20 and finals videos. So every single person recorded their finals videos, their Eco Angel outfit and all these other bits. And I have to admit, there's a part of me that is very sad that no one got to see my final gown, which I got designed. No one got to see all these other things that I was able to accumulate and put together for Miss Earth. So that really upset me, but I also see why they did it, because you couldn't then have a 4-hour show with showing every single person's bikini, final gown, etc, etc. It would make it just too long. The night of the final came and it was about 2 AM UK time that the show was being broadcast. So I stayed up all night, set up my sofa viewing and sat and watched the finals live as they were happening. And I think the fact that they were being broadcast in that way was lovely, but yet again, because it was virtual, I didn't have any pageant sisters with me, anyone who would normally come and support this sort of event for me. My family were unable to watch the live with me, so I was sat there by myself. That in itself was probably the most difficult bit of the whole competition. Even with all the stress and the craziness of trying to create all these videos by myself or with one person helping me, socially distanced, all that stuff did not compare to feeling quite so alone on the final night. And normally, even if you don't have any family watching or anything, you've got your sisters around you, you've got a community, you've got a support network around you to enjoy the evening with, and I just didn't have that. But hey, it is what it is, and it was still an incredible opportunity to represent Great Britain, or the UK I should say, at an international pageant. Only my 3rd ever pageant, which is just, you know, mind-blowing. I'm so grateful for that, and I had such an incredible opportunity and an incredible time. And like I said, even though I haven't met all my sister queens, I have still made some friends for life that I'm so excited to be able to go meet once lockdown allows, once it's safe to travel again. So, you know, keep an eye out for those vlogs when they come. I really think that the Miss Earth organisation deserves some serious credit for what they pulled together. Organising 84 delegates when they're all in the same country in the same hotel must be hard enough. Now imagine doing that with 84 delegates across the globe, different time zones, different everything. I don't know how they did it. Like, it's insane. I'm so grateful to have been a part of the Miss Earth organisation and to been able to represent my country with them. I do hope that one day I'm actually able to go out to the Philippines to meet all the fans that were so incredibly supportive, and to just experience what it's really like in the Philippines, because from what I hear it's really beautiful. I think one thing that this virtual pageant has taught me is the importance of self-reliance and self-assurance in a pageant, and it's taught it in a way that I wouldn't have ever learnt at a pageant. I'd have still become more confident and everything else, but this self-assurance that I had to learn was something else, and I'm very grateful for that, and I'm going to take that to my next pageant experience. I'm hoping that I can compete real soon. I have some really exciting things planned, so keep an eye out and see what happens in my pageant journey, what my next adventure is. And I just want to thank you guys again for giving me a chance to represent my country, to show you all how important both pageantry and the environment is to me. And if you want to stick around at the end of this video, I'm going to show you guys a few clips of my finals evening gown and my Eco Angel outfit that never got shown to you guys before. Thank you so much for listening to my little rambling video today, chatting all things Miss Earth. If you liked it and you haven't already, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you guys next week for another exciting video and for some more fun times with you all. But until then, stay safe, stay kind and be happy. Thanks guys, bye!